Shalom, my name is Michael Decker, and I'm a lawyer within the law offices of Cohen Decker Pex and Brosh. Today I wanted to discuss the matter of a kosher license in Israel, which is a very unique matter to the state of Israel. Basically, in Israel, anyone that wants to open a restaurant or any business that provides food products would be wise to have a kosher license. The reason is that there is a large population in Israel that won't even buy the product if it doesn't have a kosher license. And on the other hand, there's a large population that would care less if there's a kosher license, but they don't mind if there's a kosher license, and they'll still buy the food if there is a kosher license. And there's a very, very small and insignificant population that, on a matter of principle, won't buy the food if the business has a kosher license. And therefore, purely for business considerations and calculations, most businesses will want a kosher license. In this regard, it's important to understand that there's a law that deals with this matter. It's called Chok Isur HaHona'ah B'Kashrut. And basically, this specific law forbids any business to even use the word kasher in the restaurant if it doesn't have a kosher license from the Rabbanut. It even forbids the business to use words that could somehow deceive the public, like to use the word halacha or hashgacha or pikuach, or words that are frequently used in order to describe a kashrut license by the Rabbanut. It is possible to add additional criteria to the Rabbanut kashrut license, like there are some people that want to even be more harsh on themselves when it comes to the kashrut requirements, like to add badats and other types of stamps from other specific, more extreme sects or streams in Judaism. However, as explained, it's not possible to use the word kashrut or anything relevant to kashrut if you don't have a kashrut license from the Rabbanut. There are some competing organizations that have tried to provide alternative options for restaurants that don't want to pay the Rabbanut for their service of providing this kashrut license, like Irgun Tzahal, that is providing certain certificates, but they're not allowed to use any of the words that I mentioned. Another topic I wanted to discuss is the discretion the Rabbanut has to cancel a kashrut license. In the past, several times the Rabbanut tried to cancel licenses for reasons that were deemed to be irrelevant by the Supreme Court. Like, for example, there was a wedding hall that had a kashrut license and had a belly dancer that was dancing in a way that didn't seem appropriate in the eyes of the Rabbanut, which wasn't so modest apparently. And the Rabbanut decided to cancel the kashrut license of this hall. This hall went to the Supreme Court and won, and the Supreme Court determined that the Rabbanut only had discretion to consider matters regarding the kashrut of the food itself and not anything regarding matters that aren't relevant to this very narrow consideration of the kashrut of the food itself. There was another situation and a scenario where a lady who was what she defines as being a Messianic Jew, which is a Jew ethnically that believes in the Christian religion, and she had basically a food distribution shop, like a bakery, and she wanted a kashrut license, and the Rabbanut didn't give her a kashrut license because she was part of another religion. And she went to the Supreme Court and argued that the food itself is kosher, and the Supreme Court accepted her petition, and the Supreme Court canceled the decision of the Rabbanut not to give her a kashrut license. I hope that the information provided in this video was relevant to you, and if you have any further questions, you can feel free to contact us. Thank you very much for your time.